In just over a month, Iowans will gather, as they do every 4 years, on what is usually a frigid cold night to take part in the first in the nation Presidential Caucus. But some voters around the nation are still confused as to what exactly a caucus is.
And caucuses are fundamentally different from primaries. Caucuses are very hands-on. They are basically group meetings under a single roof, whereas a primary election looks most like any election, people going to the polls on election day.
But instead of going to the polls, people from the same party will hold a series of meetings to convince other voters to support their candidate. It became prominent as a nominating contest after then little-known candidate Jimmy Carter won the caucus in 1976 and later went on to win the White House. And ever since, most campaigns will pour huge resources into Iowa to make a first, second, or even third-place finish, which they hope will propel them to more wins in the primaries that follow. This year, there has been some controversy over whether the state, which is predominantly white, is representative of the rest of the country, and whether the date of the caucus should be changed.
I don't believe that forever we should be married to Iowa and New Hampshire going first, and that's just the truth of the way that I see it.
But for now, party officials have not signaled any willingness to change the order of the caucus from being first in line. And political observers point out its relevance was felt in just the last presidential election.
I actually really like the system that Iowa has with the caucuses. It gets people in the same neighborhoods together to choose a nominee.
And that's why many have been critical of the strategy of former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg, who is skipping Iowa and New Hampshire to concentrate instead on Super Tuesday.